Transformers Cyberverse, when they were giving us the trailer for Season 2, we were shown one of the brand new characters that we were going to be getting, and it was an old favorite from any Transformers fan heart, that of Beast Wars' Cheetor. And it was pretty cool to see him there, but it asked the question, are we going to be getting toys of him? And lo and behold, it seems that via a Facebook page called Via In Demand, or maybe it's In Demand Toys, I'm not too sure. I think it's In Demand. In Demand Toys is Facebook page.
It's In Demand Toys. Let me just check the link here. In Demand Toys, yeah.
In Demand Toys is Facebook page. That's it. So they have a whole bunch of images of what is going to be the Cheetor toy for the Cyberverse toy line. Specifically, he's going to be part of the Spark Armor gimmick that we've already discussed on the podcast and seen a bunch of at a toy fair and stuff. So we have a whole bunch of photos here, and it shows the robot mode without the armor, it shows the alt mode without the armor, and then it shows what the armor comprises of, which is what looks like this crazy battleship.
Yeah.
Now we've already discussed
this frigate, if you will.
Yeah, it's a huge one, a Yamato, if anything. Now we've already talked about this before, how there really is no connection between the characters and their Spark Armors. They're really mismatched pairs, because I can't even think of a single reason why a Cheetor would have a battleship as his counterpart.
He'll come in as like Captain Harlock or something.
Yeah, it's
for no reason.
it's very interesting that of a choice, but I do like the detail when it combines with it. Even the face for the Spark Armor combined mode, it's very. It reminds me of Skyquake from the UK Predators, like the old G1 UK. It's what Machine Wars Starscream would be used for, that mold. The face reminds me a lot of that, and I also really like the chest detail, where it's all the little readouts and stuff that would have been on the inside of the cockpit of the battleship. It's pretty nice little details there. They could have just went with some, simple, straight ass, kind of chest armor, but they went for something that's a little more of a readout.
It's funny because it kind of looks like, how would I put it? Darth Vader, like, his chest.
Oh, yeah.
And when people cosplay him, everyone always wants to press the buttons on his chest kind of thing. It looks kind of like that. That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah, it's really cool. And again, it makes a really good use of the big bulkiness of being part of this. I don't know. Like, every time I look at battleships now with Transformers, I'm always reminded of Omega Supreme from Energon. And it's like it seems like they always have these more claw hands now when they do that, and it's still the same thing here. When we get to the actual just straight up cheetah / robot mode, we get something that's very reminiscent of the old Beast Wars character. Pretty much the same transformation, if anything. Maybe even
I was thinking more like Night Slash.
Yeah, Night Slash Cheetor.
Closer into that one, and then what was the one later after that, the anniversary one?
Well, yeah, that you're talking. Well, because there was Night Slash Cheetor, which was from Beast Machines, which was the better one of the Beast Machines toys. And then you had later we had the Generations one, or I think it was still under Universe 2.0 at the time, after Classics, where they did that one. And that one was hit or miss, but I mean, I could see how we could kind of see similarities here with that one. Again, keep in mind it's Cyberverse, which really has its own engineering limitations and style. So, I mean, it is what it is, to be expected. I find interesting there's a coil on his chest there where it looks like when you transform him, there might even be a little bit of an auto transformation here where the head automatically
flip up.
Yeah, it'll automatically go down or flip up when transformed from one mode to the other. So that's a little interesting thing there. Not that it was necessary, but probably just a little reflection of what Transformer toys are today. Is there's more of an expectation to keep it as simple as possible when you're aiming it at a specific market. I'm really, really curious how well this product is doing, because I know that the RID 2.0 product, Robots in Disguise, a couple years ago, did not do well. It did well. It was passable, but it didn't meet Hasbro's expectations of what they wanted from a lot. The combiners and the mini cons and all the stuff they were doing with the Crash combiners. They were really not happy with how well it was received. Where I'm really hoping that this stuff is received well, because they're really pulling back in a lot of areas here to appease to a younger market. And I mean, Cheetor being present here also kind of as a way to go, hey, you fans who grew up on Beast Wars, if you were like, God, if you were 5 to 10 years old while watching Beast Wars, you're in your late 20s now, so they're also trying to pull in that group of people. And I mean, it's not like Cheetor hasn't had a toy recently. There's been a lot of Cheetor toy. I think that Cheetor has been one of those characters that even if you haven't been paying attention to every piece of Transformer product that's come out, he's always had some kind of Transformer toy long after the Beast era ended. Like, even after Beast Machines ended, there was the Go 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 Bots line, which was like a kind of a Play School based Transformer line that Hasbro was testing the market with before Rescue Bots. And there was a character called Cheetor that, pretty much had this transformation, if anything. And then in the Armada toy line, there was a repaint of the Transmetal Cheetor, and so Cheetor was there. When Animated was out, the Transformer Club did a Cheetor toy, based on kind of like the Blur mold and repainting that. And if you were collecting Creos, there was a Cheetor. And, when you mentioned the Generations thing or Universe 2.0 had a Cheetor. And then when they did the Beast Wars Anniversary line, they repainted the old G1 Cheetor. And then we have the Masterpiece Cheetor. So there's been tons of Cheetor. So it's not like this is like, oh my God, we finally have a Cheetor toy after all these years. There's always been something. And I mean, I'm even forgetting merchandise like Robot Heroes, the little PVC ones, like the one you got from David Cabal.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Like those were
Thanks
like
again, man.
those were I think those were like 2008, 2009. You know what I mean? So like, there's always been something of that character because of how popular he is, and of course, like I always say, to keep the license bouncing around, they got to do something. And he's a key character in the brand. So this isn't like a big deal in terms of that. But that being said, in this continuity, in this universe, this new continuity, it's interesting to see a Beast Wars character show up this early, where we kind of have this expectation from Cyberverse and all the past series that Beast Wars characters don't show up, because we kind of like parallel everything, where we go, well, this is everything that's kind of G1, so Maximals and Predacons shouldn't be showing up anytime soon. And yet here we have this with a Battleship. So this is still cool. I dig it. I'm probably going to pick this up just because I really like the character of Cheetor. A lot of the Cyberverse stuff I've been skipping for one reason or another, not to mention because I'm just not feeling the cost against what you're getting. The price point has not really, made me excited. Like, I'm not excited. You have to understand, in Canada, like the Warrior class, which is the deluxe price point, is $20 here.
Yeah.
And for me to drop like, $20 plus tax on something that has the engineering of even less than like a Scout, which is kind of sad when you think about it. It doesn't get me too excited to do that when I know a lot of this stuff is going to show up later cheaper, or if it goes on clearance, or if I have a friend or someone in the fandom that's unloading their stock or their collection, I know it's going to come up. So, like, I haven't been too excited to pick up a lot of these. I've picked up this and that, but, in general, I haven't. But, I mean, I think I will pull the trigger with this Cheetor, just like I did with Hot Rod when he showed up. And he wasn't that great a figure either. You know what I mean?
I kind of dig this Cheetor. I kind of like the simplicity, and I also like how it looks in his alt mode, in his cat mode. I don't know. I think it just works very well comparatively, like, compared to, like, the size and everything else we had before. I don't know. I think it's really cool.
I think it's because even the history of this character's design lends itself to its simplicity. I mean, even though the Beast Wars toy, the original 1995 Beast Wars toy, 96 Beast Wars toy, even though it wasn't like, this amazing marvel of engineering, it still was a very good toy. And because it was pretty much stand up, flip the head, there you go, it kind of lends itself to this. So it
also
does
has that kind of simple charm of those like old Beast Wars McDonald's toys. And as I think I told you like off air, it's definitely a big step up from the Panther.
Oh yeah, well, and I was saying off air, like I meant, like, I only wish that the McDonald's Beast Wars toys, McDonald's Transformer toys today were as good as those old Beast Wars toys, because those were great. Those like Panther, Manta Ray, I believe it was Beetle and Rhino. Like, I love those ones. Like, those were amazing. It would actually, now that you mention it, it would be kind of cool to see Hasbro repaint this as a Black Panther repaint. That'd be
yeah.
really awesome. I mean, if they have to, and you know what, in all honesty, if they have to like, stick with the mold and stuff and go, okay, we still have to include the Battleship, then do it in Omega Supreme colors afterwards. Do like a double homage kind of, Omega Supreme was kind of like a yellow and blue, dark blue. Then you could do it like, and Shadow Panther was like a yellow and black. So it kind of would, really complement each other. It'd look kind of cool. I mean, you could steal that from me, Hasbro. I don't care.
I think I like one of the comments here by Soviet Bot in TFW, in the thread, and it says, in the complete set for the first time, this seems that this is Sea Spray with a mixture of Dinobot.
I could see that. A little bit.
That's a good little observation there.
I could see that a little bit. I could see that, probably because of the blue face and also Sea Spray.
Blue, yeah, the blue, white, and yellow all there.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm pretty sure. I mean, the one who's in charge of coloring deciding the colors of the toys right now isn't Eric Siebeneller anymore, but whoever's in charge right now of that, I'm pretty sure that he must have had something in mind. That, I know in the past, a lot of times with Eric Siebeneller, we'd look at something, we wouldn't catch it, and then he'd do a BotCon panel and be like, oh, that was based off of like this obscure Micromaster. So it's one of those things. Who knows where they're pulling from? It could be based off of something just in real life. It could be like based off of a real Battleship or something, a certain color scheme. But I mean, this is great. I really like it. I'm probably going to pick this one up. If anything, the gimmick alone kind of saves it. Like if it was just standalone, it'd be kind of boring. But I mean, with the gimmick, it kind of adds to it too. It makes it a little more interesting. This power armor gimmick. But aside from that, let us know what you think. Beast Wars is back, at least in a small way.